Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today let's make a liquid and ice-dyed Starflower shirt. As usual, the shirt was washed and dried, then I soaked it in a soda ash solution for 20 to 30 minutes, wrung it out of my pan to spin dryer, just so that it's barely damp, and I've turned the shirt inside out. I'm going to start by centering the shirt because I want to put the Starflower on both the front and the back side of the shirt. And this process is going to go really fast, but down below this video in the description is a link to another video which shows how to center a shirt. When I center a shirt, essentially what I'm doing is getting both sides of the front of the shirt next to each other and both sides of the back of the shirt next to each other. That way, whenever I apply the dye, the front's going to look more similar to each other, and so are both sides of the back. Okay, so now that the shirt is centered, I need to find the center of the entire shirt. So to do that, I'm going to fold the bottom hem of the shirt up to the top of the shirt and then put a mark right there in the very center point of the shirt. I'm beginning by folding a mandala type shape. So it starts out kind of like a paper airplane. Putting my finger on that mark that I just made, I'm going to fold the hem halfway up and the top of the shirt halfway down. Then using a straight edge, I'm going to slide it under that seam and pick the shirt up to fold the shirt in half. I'm grabbing one side of the shirt and folding it toward the middle, smoothing out all of the wrinkles as I go. Then I'm going to turn the shirt over and fold the other side down as well. So if you'll notice, one side of the shirt has got a whole bunch of folds and the other side only has 2 folds. Starting at the very end of the shirt, I'm going to grab the end and spiral it toward the side that has all of the folds. Because the shirt is thick, it's going to be a little bit difficult to spiral, and I want to try to keep all of these folds or the spiral as tight as possible as I continue down the shirt. Once I have the shirt spiraled as tightly as I can, I'm going to hold all of these folds in place with some kite string. Since this fold is so thick on this shirt, I'd like to get good color saturation in the middle. So I'm going to set the shirt aside for a few days and allow it to dry out completely before I apply the dye. I'm going to ice dye this shirt, and so I've placed it on a rack and wrapped the outside of the shirt with some silicone cake molds. I have a link down below in the description for where I purchased the cake molds. I'm also going to divide the shirt into 8 sections. I'm using 4 colors on the shirt, and I'm going to repeat the color pattern. I'm starting with Plum from Grateful Dyes, followed by Plum Blossom from Dharma Trading Company, Royal Purple from Grateful Dyes, and Amethyst from Dharma Trading Company. I'm going to continue the color pattern on around the shirt. I'm just going in reverse order though. Now I'm going to add an additional sprinkle of soda ash over the top of the dye, just to make sure that when the ice melts and runs through the shirt, I still have plenty of soda ash remaining in the shirt to react with the dye. I'm going to add some ice on top and set the shirt aside to allow the ice to melt. After the first layer of ice melted on the shirt, there was still quite a bit of undissolved dye left sitting on top of the shirt, so I added a second layer of ice and allowed it to melt. After the second layer of ice melted, I took the silicone cake molds away from the outside of the shirt, and I took a piece of heavy-duty aluminum foil and placed it under the shirt and crimped it up around the shirt to form a little boat or container for the shirt to sit in. Using some True Violet liquid dye from Grateful Dyes, I'm going to pour that liquid into the container or the boat that I formed from aluminum foil. I'm going to allow the shirt to sit in that aluminum foil and in the liquid dye for 24 to 36 hours. Then I took the shirt to my utility sink and I began rinsing it in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. I untied the shirt and gradually warmed the water up to hot to rinse out the excess dye that didn't bond with the shirt. I continued rinsing until the water was almost clear, and then I put the shirt into my washing machine along with a little bit of Dharma's textile detergent, and I washed it using a hot water cycle. Then after the shirt was washed and dried, this is what it looks like. So what do you guys think? So overall, I really like the shirt, just because I think it's very interesting to look at. I like the pink and purple color combination, and I like the blue color splits that came out of the purple dye. As far as color saturation goes, I think I got decent color saturation, but obviously right on the sides and up toward the top, it could have been a lot better. However, because this is such a thick fold, and because it was ice dyed, I think about the only way that I could get really great color saturation is to turn the shirt over and apply powdered dye and go ahead and ice dye the backside too. So obviously the bottom portion of the shirt is the area that was on top where I applied the dye and ice dyed. The part that is the dark pink. And then the two large purple sections up toward the top, kind of going out toward the sleeve of the shirt. Those are the areas that were sitting down inside of the aluminum foil where I added the liquid True Violet dye. I don't think a whole lot of that liquid True Violet got soaked up into the center of the shirt though, probably because the shirt was pretty damp from the ice dyeing that I'd done earlier. One of the fun things though that happens with a shirt like this is you end up with a whole lot of really cool designs or faces in the shirt. So if you're looking at the front of the shirt, the bottom area that is so dark pink, I think that looks very much like a moth. And then the tentacles for the moth are the purple area coming up. But if you go ahead and you turn the shirt over, that middle section turns into what I think looks like a rabbit face. And then the purple area I think looks like the ears for the rabbit. The area down below that looks kind of like a moth on the front side, I think looks like a clown collar on the back. So I think it's a rabbit clown. That's what I'm calling this shirt anyway. I'm calling it the rabbit clown shirt. There's a lot of other fun shapes and faces and stuff though that I've seen in the shirt. So overall, I really like the shirt just because I think it's very interesting to look at. But what's your opinion of it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you ever tried a Starflower that was ice dyed? Did you get better color saturation? Drop me a comment down below and let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.